Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Go CSU Rams' last stream of the year. Now, I know it is 9:19 here um, in Colorado, and oh, and it's the 30th, the day, well, the second to last day of the year. Second to last day. Think about that. Last day. Second to last day of the year. So 2017 come to close, 2018 just around the corner with less than 24 hours away. Well, actually, a little more than 24 hours away. I want to welcome y'all to my stream. And first of all, let me tell everyone I am live. Let me let everyone know. So, want to know how all of y'all are doing, and yeah. Tonight we're gonna talk about the show and talk about the year. Now I was on Zennie, what was it, yesterday or Thursday when he was on his stream when he had his stream Thursday, and I was watching y'all and I was saying, hey, that's a great idea, and we're gonna also talk about could Jon Gruden be the Raiders' next head coach? Now, I want to know what y'all think. Let me finish telling everybody, subscribers that I see that I am live, and then we'll get right into it. So, bear with me. Bear with me. And so, first of all, we're going to discuss Jon Gruden, and could Jon Gruden be the next head coach of the Oakland Raiders? Now, he was head coach before, from 1998 to 2001. And then Jon got let go by the Raiders by Al Davis, Mark Davis's father. And then he went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he beat us in the Super Bowl that year. And then he became an analyst for ESPN. Now, what could we think? Could he come back as the new owner? Hello, Octavio and Emma Scott. Thanks, Octavio. I love this shirt. I love it. Welcome everyone to the stream. I am getting more excited. I had a friend tell me, I'm dull on my streams, so I'm spicing it up tonight. So, I'm excited for the stream, and, it's the end of the year. Can y'all believe it? The end of 2017, less than 24 hours away. Well, a little more than 24 hours away. Man, I cannot believe it. So, since it's almost the end of the year, and we're gonna talk about Jon Gruden. Like I asked. Oh, it's cold. It's cold over here, Octavio. It's cold. It's cold. We're gonna be down in the teens tonight. I know, ML. I know it. Oh, it's flown by so fast. I'm gonna do kind of what Zennie did. ML, if you saw Zennie's stream Thursday night, we're gonna do do that kind of. Plus, talk about the Jon Gruden news just coming out of ESPN today. Maybe a little bit of playoffs, maybe a little bit. And so, but first, what Zennie started out with this, and I'm gonna ask the same thing. What was the biggest news story for you for the year? What was it? Now, for me, I think it was, well, supposedly the Oakland Raiders going to Vegas. Now, I still don't think that the Raiders are going to Vegas. No way. Zennie keeps saying about there's too many problems, and I agree with him. There's too many problems. I gotta give it to Zennie. He knows what he's talking about. Raiders, I don't think will move. The second thing, how about the LA Chargers? Chargers moving to LA this year. Hey, that's live for you guys. Okay. Sorry everyone. Man, that was weird. But the LA Chargers, I did not think that they were gonna uh move to Vegas or move to LA. Chargers, I thought were gonna go to San Diego. Stay in San Diego. And I love the Raiders. I really do. I mean, I'm supporting them. Um, I'm supporting the Oakland Raiders. I support them wholeheartedly. And I think the Raiders could have gone to Los Angeles. But with everything that happened this year, I do not think the biggest move is right for the Raiders. But, what we're hearing from Zennie is the truth. Everybody's great people, and hey, I think it's I think we're doing good. Chargers, they're a great team this year. I didn't think they were going to do that good. Great. So we'll see what happens. Chargers are moving. And another few stories that I think are interesting is that we're another couple stories is, let's see, another story is the Las Vegas tragedy. Oh, that was terrible. All of these things that you think of that happened this year is so interesting. You get all these tragedies, and I feel really bad for those families that have lost loved ones, either with Las Vegas, Burnett Chapel, Church of Christ. You know, everybody. I just really feel bad for those people. It's been a sad year, but also been a good year for people. But it's hard. It is really hard. Oh goodness. Hold on, y'all. Um, but it's so interesting that yeah. There's so many things that happened this year that I cannot believe happened. We have, like you said, we have the. Let me move my mic up. We've got the tragedies. We've got Trump being moved into the White House, into office, President of the U.S. Then we have, oh, what else? Let me look up biggest news stories of the year, just so we can. And those who watch the live stream after it's finished, comment down below what you think the biggest story was this year. I'd like to know in the comments below, and you can tweet it out. You can tweet me, telling me your biggest story. It is capital G. Well, it's in the description down below. It's been a good year. It's been an okay year. I wouldn't say it's been a bad year. I wouldn't say it's been a good year. It's been an okay year. Now, I think people, there's been good things, or great things. I agree, Emma. There were a lot of people blindsided by NFL decisions this year. I agree. I totally agree. There's things that happen in the NFL, both, politically during this season alone. And then you have stuff outside of political, during this season. I mean, the Raiders, so many things happened this year. It's so crazy what's been happening this year. Really crazy. I mean, you got the Raiders move, the Chargers move, the protests at the beginning of this season. You have what else would you have? Oh, I don't know. There all this suspensions this year. Oh my goodness, there's been a lot of suspensions. The playoff race is unbelievable this year. I mean, there are so many teams that you would look at the end of last year and you would say, no way are they going to playoffs. No way. But look at where we are now. We see the Chargers, or the Jacksonville Jaguars, going to the playoffs for the first time in a long time. Then you got the LA Rams. You got the Minnesota Vikings. You got the Eagles going back to the playoffs. I mean, you got all these teams that are, you would not think at the end of last year, you would think that they would not be in the playoffs. They would not go to the playoffs this year. And the teams that were in the playoffs last year, you would think they would go again. I think that this has been... Hold on, guys. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's been such an interesting... Any given Sunday, yeah, I agree. I agree, ML. It's been so interesting this year how this season has been going. You look at the playoffs, and as I was saying, you look at teams that went to the playoffs last year. You think they're going to go again this year. Well, you would say that about the Patriots. The Patriots are the best team. I don't dislike the Patriots, but I don't like them. I can tolerate the Patriots. So, it's a great thing for teams to be, or it's great for some of these teams going to playoffs again for the first time in many years. We haven't seen, like I said, Jacksonville Jaguars. We haven't even seen the Philadelphia Eagles for a long time. Then you look at the Carolina Panthers. There's 3 teams from the NFC South that could be going to the playoffs. 3 teams. The Carolina Panthers, the New Orleans Saints, and the Atlanta Falcons. You would never think that all three of those teams would be going to playoffs. I certainly wouldn't think of it. Would you guys? Would you, ML? Or Octavio? I would not be thinking that these teams would be going to playoffs. I did not think at the beginning of the season that the Jacksonville Jaguars would go to playoffs. No, I did not think that at all. They did. Right. You wouldn't think. My stream's not doing very well. Hold on, bear with me, ML. Bear with me. Oh boy. Are you experiencing buffering, ML? If you are, let me know, because my stream health isn't bad, it's low. So I just wondering if you're experiencing buffering. If you are, I'm gonna have to redo the stream somehow or something. But it's been. There we go. Okay, I'm back. Okay, you shouldn't be good now. The health shouldn't be back to normal. It's been a weird year for the NFL. And, like this move, we talk about Jon Gruden. I don't think Jon Gruden's gonna go to Raiders. But yet, as you have seen this season has been a weird season. It's been a lot of different things that are happening. And, Jon Gruden could be one of those. John Fox, I think, is going to be fired. And then you have... Oh, goodness. Oh. Oh, goodness. I'm not getting a cold, either. I'm not getting a cold. But, you look at these teams, and and you look at Jon Gruden, he's a great coach. Raiders coach from 1998 to 2001. Tampa Bay Buccaneers coach. Took them to the Super Bowl and beat us in the Super Bowl. I mean, he's a great coach, and I think great analyst. You never know what's going to happen now this season, because there's so many things that are happening this year that you never would think would happen. Like, some of the big stories this year. Think of a story that was the biggest to you this year. I'm going to say this, besides the Raiders, besides the Vegas move, what do you think could be the biggest move or the biggest news story this year? It's amazing what a year can bring you. I look at the first of the year, okay? I did not even start YouTube. And look at me, I'm doing live streams. I've got, 31 videos. I become a moderator for our dear friend Zennie. It's been a great year for all of us. And I think which ML. It's been a great year, and I did not think that, it's been a weird year. It's been an off year for all of us, really. It's been an off year. And so, I did not think some of the things were going to happen this year. Would you have thought that a bombing, or no, excuse me, not a bombing, a shooting would happen at a concert in Las Vegas? Would you ever think that would happen at the beginning of this year? I certainly didn't think so. I'd like to know. I did not think that this year was a crazy year for us, or for the U.S., for the country. Well, the U.S., it's, what, ML? Chargers, I hate to say it, the Raiders are going to lose. Raiders are terrible. I think, the Chargers are going to beat the Raiders. I really do. Chargers, by the way, ML, you're a moderator. I did not think the Chargers were going to be a great team this year. As you saw at the beginning, you're like, oh, okay, well, Chargers are going to still be in fourth. Look at the Broncos. The Broncos are in fourth place. Fourth place in the division. Oh my goodness. Fourth place. Now, would you ever think that the best defense in the NFL, or the best defense in the NFL, you're welcome, ML, would you think that the best defense in the NFL would be in fourth place in the division? It's terrible. They're terrible this year. And I think Vance Joseph is going to get fired. So is Jack Del Rio. I think Jon Gruden will get hired as new as the new coach, and he'll have a stake in the ownership. Oh, I hope Mark Davis sells the ownership to somebody else. Be Joe. Hey, yep. Enough is enough, that's for sure. Yeah. Jack Del Rio needs to be fired. He needs to be fired. He is terrible. And that's the reason why I fought him to the Raiders. Now, I don't even care for him anymore. He's terrible as a head coach. I think Jon Gruden will fix the team. I mean, if he has an ownership stake in the Raiders, I think he can do a lot of damage and help the Raiders get back to the Super Bowl. And let's hope, if the Raiders are going to Vegas, that the Raiders get another Super Bowl in Oakland before they move. Because if the Raiders don't get another Super Bowl, Oakland's out of luck. Even if not, yeah. If the Raiders do move to Vegas without another Super Bowl win in Oakland, they won't. Oakland will be without another Super Bowl. Yeah, I agree. Gruden will be definitely a good fit for the front office and on the field. I mean, look at Bill Belichick. He's the general manager and the head coach. That tells me something right there, that the Patriots have it together. Really. I mean, the Patriots are a great team. I'm not disliking them. I'm not liking them. They're a great team. I'm not a fan of theirs. They're a great team. And I think Gruden could be like Bill Belichick, in a way. I mean, you saw he could get the Raiders another win before the Raiders move to Vegas. I hope they do. Even if the Raiders move to Vegas. Or, excuse me, even if the Raiders don't move to Vegas. You know, the Raiders need another Super Bowl win. They're due for one. The Broncos were due for one a long time. Well, not really a long time, but they're due for one. They were due for one. I mean, you look, a lot of teams are due for a Super Bowl win. I mean, you look at the Browns. The Browns are definitely due for a Super Bowl win. I mean, you look at them and the worst team. They're going to be 0-16 if they lose tomorrow. I cannot think about that. It's terrible. You know, the Raiders are a great team, and hopefully it gets back to normal for you, ML. It's going, the output's low again. Let me redo the stream. You know, I mean, I can't believe it. It's doing great. And for that third person who just came in, I know the output's a little low, so I'm hopefully it's gonna go back to great health here soon. So just bear with me. I definitely agree. I agree, ML. And I'll repeat it for that third person here in a minute. Bear with me. He said, I think Davis is not liked among the owners, and Gruden will be a win for the Raiders organization. And I definitely agree with you, ML. You know, welcome to the fourth person who joined in. Welcome everyone to the stream. Tonight we're talking about what the greatest stories are from this year. We're also talking about Jon Gruden, who could be the Raiders' new head coach of the NFL, or Raiders' new head coach, and possibly the owner. You know, it's amazing. It's so amazing what people are doing. What Jon Gruden could do. I mean, Jon's a great coach. He was great for the Raiders. I think he can get the Raiders on track. So, we'll see what happens. But, you know, Davis is not liked. I agree with you, Mel. Mark Davis is not liked in the NFL. I'm shocked that the NFL even gave him permission to move to Vegas. I'm shocked. You know, it's so surprising from this year. I did not think that, some of these things would happen. And it's amazing. It's amazing what can happen in a year. You look at Marshawn. He's a great running back. He's great. He's doing okay. He's not doing terrible, but he's not doing really good either. He's doing so-so. So, we'll see what happens, but, I agree, ML. ML says that is a setup for him to force him to sell or lose the team. I agree. Look at the Panthers. Panthers owner is selling the team because the NFL owners aren't happy with what he's done, and he feels bad about it, so he's selling the Panthers. Could that be what could happen here with Mark Davis? And I get it. I get that the Davis family is greatly known throughout the whole throughout the National Football League. Here's another person for you, Pat Bowlen. He's a great owner. Now, I know he's a Bronco. I know he's the Broncos owner. Was the Broncos owner. But, I mean, he turned out to be a great owner. He doesn't own the team. Well, his family does. Yeah, I agree, ML. ML's saying, like Zennie said, going to Vegas, Raiders are moving with a negative flow. Right. Oh, I need to get me a good camera. Because my video output's low. I need to get a new camera. I haven't experienced buffering in a while, and I'm not too happy about it. Bear with us, ML. Bear with me. It's low again. Just keep on trying. Just keep trying to reset the stream. I will. Back to normal again. Thank goodness. But it's amazing what people are doing. It's amazing. Raiders are not a great fit for Vegas. I mean, okay, let's look at this. Let's look. See, I know. Here's one thing I wish I had like Zennie. I wish I had the resources. I don't have the resources like him. So, I wish I could. I want to support him, but I'm not working yet. Welcome to that fourth person who walked in. Welcome to the stream. We're talking about the NFL. And look back. Whoa, it just moved to 2. Okay. Oh well. It's been a weird year for all of us. Yeah. Yeah, the Raiders, I think, they need somebody. Don't get me wrong, Godfather Grizz is a great person. I'm sure he is. I mean, you might have, I don't know where you live, ML, but, I'm sure he's a great person and everything. But really, I kind of doubted the not move, but I doubted the Los Angeles. Yeah, right. Los Angeles is a great fit for Rams and the Raiders. I mean, Raiders, I did not think, I thought they were going to move to Los Angeles. I was hoping they would. I was hoping that the Raiders and Chargers would sell that stadium or would be together. Or excuse me, let me get back to my other point about Godfather Grizz. Godfather Grizz, I'm sure he's a great person, but I doubted the lawsuit. I doubted it. Because, I mean, really, you look at, I didn't think they could pull off a lawsuit against the Raiders. I mean, they could pull it out. But what I look at is, I don't see I don't think it's going to happen. But that's for people I mean, that's an opinion. We can all have our different opinions, but that won't, our opinions won't. Godfather Grizz might take in our opinions, but he might discard them too. So, we can't tell him what we think about the lawsuit, what he thinks should happen, and then getting back to finishing with that and getting back to, the Raiders. I thought them and the Chargers were going to go to Los Angeles. I didn't think that Las Vegas was even going to be an issue. No issue whatsoever. I mean, the Raiders are a great team. The Chargers are a great team. I did not think they were going to go to Vegas at all. Zennie, what? I don't think that, I thought, the Raiders and Chargers were going to go to Los Angeles. And then, I get on Zennie this year, and Zennie's explaining all these things, and I'm like, a lot of this makes a lot more sense to me now. That, but that was even before, I had a YouTube channel, and I wanted the Raiders, and even before I had said, even before I got the info that Zennie gave me about the Raiders and the Vegas deal, I wanted the Raiders to go to Los Angeles with the Chargers. I agree, ML. The Raiders, he said the Raiders would outshine the Rams, and Kroenke wasn't having that. I totally agree with that with you. The Raiders and Chargers should have shared a stadium. I really hated what the NFL owners did. I didn't like it one bit. The NFL Los Angeles committee suggests, the Raiders and Chargers should share a stadium. Now, my guess on why they didn't want the Raiders and Chargers going is because I don't think they wanted to have to switch up the divisions because of the Raiders and if the Raiders and Chargers shared a stadium, they had to move somebody in the NFC West, either the Raiders or the Chargers. And I don't think the NFL wanted that. I kind of wanted it, just a shake-up in the NFL, as you would put it, or as somebody would put it, a shake-up. And, of course, that didn't happen. Raiders, this year the Raiders are a great team, but, hey, I don't want them to go to Vegas. I really don't. Vegas is a city that is meant for teams just to play in, to all 30 teams to rotate throughout the city. Like the New Mexico game every year, like 4 games in what is it? Where are the 4 games being played? I forget. London, United Kingdom. They're right. Yeah, I agree, ML. They're, yeah. See, I don't think The Raiders, okay, now, Zennie's, I don't think, watching, so I can say this. The Raiders did not have a good stadium situation in Oakland. Then, but yeah, but I understand that the Raiders had a great fan base there in Oakland. I mean, they were established in Oakland. But you look at it this way. This is from my standpoint. Hoping that third watcher is not Zennie. But I was hoping, the Raiders did not have a good situation there in Oakland. Good stadium situation. You know, uh, the Raiders were not finding a good stadium, but the Chargers and Rams, they had great stadiums set up for them. I mean, you look at Los Angeles. I wish I could show a picture of it. Well, maybe I still can. Hold on. Let me go to my streaming. Might be able to do it. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. Nope. Not one. I didn't want to do that. Hold on. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. So let me move this down here. But um oh goodness. There we go. Trying to move it so that okay, so if y'all can see what I'm doing here. Um you look at the stream or you look at teams, and let me get this here. What did I want to? Okay, LA Chargers, or excuse me, San Diego Chargers new stadium. Okay. And this is just going to be a picture from. Okay, look at this stadium. I mean, that's a good stadium right there. I mean, that's the LA Chargers. That's a good stadium. I mean, great stadium. That's a stadium that is great. I think that's a great stadium right there. Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to figure out everything here. Sorry. Trying to figure out everything. Yeah. I mean, you look at the Chargers. That's a good stadium. Chargers had a good stadium going for them in San Diego. Had a great stadium. Then you look at, I mean, San Diego could have allowed them to do that stadium. They could have allowed that. But no, they didn't. whatsoever. And I just, yeah. Then you look at the LA Rams, St. Louis Rams, new. Well, actually, I'll do just stadium images. Okay, I think this is it. Okay, look at that. Look at that. That's a good stadium right there. Here's, I think, a better picture of it. There's this. Yeah, I mean, look at this stadium. This is a good stadium right here. I mean, look at it. I mean, look at that. That's a nice stadium. It's a riverfront stadium, too, and look at the billboards. That's a great stadium. It's a great stadium. And I think that stadium could have. Oh, okay, that makes more sense, ML. That makes more sense. But I mean, this was my thinking before, I even watched Zennie and heard the scoop. Of course, that was my thinking in the past that, I think that, the Raiders had, they were having a problem with the city. They were trying to get a stadium done, but the city was having problems with it. But then Zennie tells me it's the team. And I think, the Raiders should have stayed in Los Angeles, or shouldn't have gone to Los Angeles. And when I looked at it later, after the Raiders Los Angeles move was out the window, literally out the window, I look at it, I'm like, why couldn't the Rams and Chargers stay in their home markets? You look at the Chargers this past year. When they moved to LA, look at the fans. Okay, fans had to vote on a hotel tax bill to help the charter to keep for the new stadium built, so the Chargers could stay in San Diego. Apparently, that fell through, which meant Chargers are gone. Chargers left. It was not a good. It was the fans' part to do or it was the fans to do their part too. To let the Chargers go like that. It was on the fans too. No, I'm not saying the LA Rams fans or Chargers fans are bad. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it was on their part too. It was their part to let the Chargers go. They had to pay a hotel tax. Well, they didn't want that. So, the Chargers left. Rams, I don't even know what happened there. And apparently something's been going on over there. I haven't been really paying that much attention to it. But, it's interesting what has been going on this year. Okay, I've been going almost 51 minutes now. It's 10:10 Mountain Standard Time. I think I'm going to stop here. I'll give it, 20 minutes. So I'll stop here in 20 minutes. Bring me in to an hour and 10 minutes. Might go for another 30. We'll see what happens. Um, but it's so interesting how everything's going. It's just amazing what's going on. So I think, everything that's going on, it's just bad news all the way around for all three teams. Now, somebody said something. It might have been UML. I don't know. It might have been Rick Rice. I don't know. But somebody said that wouldn't it be sad if the Rams and Chargers played each other in the Super Bowl? Wouldn't that be sad? It would. It'd be bad. Oof. But LA would have two contention teams to win over fans in LA. That's for sure. Whew. Man, definitely. I mean, really. I mean, that's it's so interesting on what's going on with the NFL right now. It's interesting. Okay, makes sense. Might have been Rick Rice. Uh, I mean, hey, it would be sad if the Rams and Chargers played against each other in the Super Bowl. That'd be so sad. I mean, and somebody else said that nobody would care about the game. They would just care about the halftime show. I think that's another thing Rick Rice said too. I mean, yeah, nobody would care about the Super Bowl. They would just care about, okay, the halftime show. So, I don't know. It's interesting. I agree, ML. That would be really funny. It would. It would be a lot of fun. That'd be really funny. It would. You know, I mean, really. It would be really funny. But I'm not setting my hopes on the LA Rams or the LA Chargers. I'm setting my hopes on two teams. My pick for the AFC, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pick for the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings. Wouldn't that be a good Super Bowl? Home fielded in a. What do you think, ML? The Minnesota Vikings having home field advantage in the Super Bowl. What do you think about that? I think it would be cool. That would be really cool. I mean, it would be really cool. Now, let me go back again. Hold on. It's so interesting. It's. I. The Minnesota Vikings going to the Super Bowl, having home field advantage, it would be cool, and it would be the first time it happened too. Happens. So hey, Vikings are a good team this year. I'm shocked by what Case Keenum is doing. I'm shocked. Case Keenum played on the Rams last year. I'm actually kind of glad Jeff Fisher got fired from the Rams. And they let go of Case Keenum. I'm actually pretty glad about it. Because the Vikings would not be where they're at today. It's great. And so, I think that Vikings would do really good in the Super Bowl. I think if the Vikings went to the Super Bowl, how would that look for their home field advantage? Would they get to practice at their home field, or at their? I mean, of course they would get to stay home, but would they stay in the hotel? Would they stay in a hotel? Would they, or would they allow the players from the Vikings to be at their homes? Would they be able to practice at their headquarters? I mean, think about that. What would it? What would the Vikings be doing if they went to the Super Bowl? Would they? Would the NFL actually let them have a little bit of a home field advantage? They might not get to use their locker room. Really, they wouldn't get to use their locker room, but oh well, because it's the home team. They'll probably take the home locker room, or the AFC is the home team this year for the Super Bowl. So I mean, what would happen? Would the Vikings get a really good home field advantage? Would they get to practice at their headquarters, or at their own practice fields? Would they allow the players to stay at their homes and travel and park in the Vikings parking lot? That's strictly for them. I mean, I don't know. Think about it. And for those who will be watching after the stream, let me know. Comment down below if what would you think the Vikings, what the NFL would allow the Vikings to do. Comment down below, or after the stream, comment down below for those who are going to watch after. So I think, it's great. And it's 10:18, I think. It's 10:18. I think I'm gonna stop. I'm a little exhausted. ML, I had a great time with you. It was a great stream. I'm glad y'all could join, and that third person watching, I'm glad you were able to join too. So, follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handler is down in the info below. So, hopefully I will see y'all Tuesday and New Year's Day. I'll be uploading a video. Hey, thanks, ML. I appreciate it. It was a good stream. I enjoyed it. Hopefully we can, I'll be uploading little videos saying Happy New Year's. Happy New Year. Probably Monday morning. And so I will see y'all, well, next year. And this is going to be my catchphrase. God loves you. Remember that. God loves you guys. So I will see y'all later. Have a good rest. Have a good 24 hours before it turns 2018. I will see y'all Tuesday. Have fun.